Welcome, students. This is Dr. Kiran Chande from All India Shri Shivaji Memorial Society's College of Hotel Management and Catering Technology, Pune, Maharashtra, back again with my recorded lecture series on principles of management. Today's topic is planning. Let us now begin with part 2 on principles of management. Planning. Objectives of the class is to learn various advantages and disadvantages of planning. Before we begin with the session, let us take a quick review of the previous session. What have we understood in the previous session? We have understood what is planning, how we have to plan for the success of any organization, why planning is very important, what are the various characteristics of planning, what is its nature, and why planning is most important if we have to end up in a successful organization. Let us now begin with our first objective of the day, that is, advantages of planning. The first advantage of planning is planning leads to effective and faster achievements in the organization. Achievements by means of goals of the organization. So, if you plan well, you can achieve the goals really fast. Since planning foresees the future, it makes a provision for it. It gives an added strength to the business for its steady growth and continuous prosperity. So, planning always foresees the future. If you plan well, if you see the future well, you can execute it really well. So, planning does all that for you. It is secures utility of purpose, direction, and efforts by focusing attention on the objectives. So it always keeps and focuses on the objectives of the organization. It gives directions to it. Hence, unnecessary duplication and overlapping is eliminated to a very greater extent. This has a very good impact on minimizing the operational cost of the organization. So, if you plan well, you can get down the operational cost to a very greater extent, which will be very good for any operation in any big organization. Planning ensures an even flow of work, minimizes false steps, and protect against unwanted deviations. So, if you plan well, you don't have to take any unwanted deviations. It enhances the efficiency of other managerial functions. So, it enhances the efficiency of those to perform them really well. It provides an effective basis for control in all organizations, whether it is a big organization or small organization. It fixes up control on everything and anything what employees do. It facilitates the process of decision making. So if you plan really well, you can take decisions very fast. So that is what planning will help you in taking a correct decision at a correct time. Planning enables the management to implement future programs in a systematic way so that the management may get maximum benefit out of the framed programs or the planned programs. It enables all activities to be conducted in an orderly and coordinated manner in order to achieve the common goals of the enterprise. So it enhances the goals of the organization to a greater extent. With rapid growth of technological development, it is essential for a manager to keep abreast and updated with the technology. Otherwise, the product are likely to become obsolete. Planning helps in this process. So, if you really plan well, you can keep yourself abreast with the new trends and technology coming up in the market so that you have an added advantage over your competitors. So, planning will help you in achieving that process well. By avoiding waste of man, machinery, material, planning indirectly leads to larger economy. So if you have planning over everything, you can have it a greater extent on or a greater impact on your economies. Planning encourages the sense of involvement and team spirit. Planned target provide a basis upon which good performance can be rewarded and poor performance can be improved. So planning will give you the advantage of improving the poor performance and also enhancing the performance to a greater extent. So planning will help you in understanding all those things. Hence, we have come down to the advantages of planning. Let us now quickly understand what are the disadvantages or limitations of planning. Number 1. Accuracy of facts and information about the future is one of the limitation of planning. So, accuracy of facts has to be done correctly. There has to be correct accuracy in the facts which are planned for the future. Managerial planning can be made accurately only if events in the future are predicted accurately. So, if your events lined up for the organization are predicted accurately, that will help the management to execute those plans correctly. Often, adequate facts may not be available, so that's why their planning should be made in such a way so that it is flexible enough to adjust with any circumstance. Time, machine, and efforts are required in collection and analysis of the data and in the formulation of revised plans. This is a time consuming process. It is an expensive process as well. Planning is useful only when expected gains from it exceeded its costs. So, whatever costs you incur or involve in the total event, you should get returns on investment, or you should get exceeded returns on investments. Often, it is remarked that the cost of planning is in excess of its actual contribution. So, that is the limitation of a planning. Planning takes time, that is adequate time. Sometimes it may cause delay in taking decisions. A manager is normally bogged down with by procedures, rules and regulations of the organization, which takes time in quick decision making. So it impacts on taking a right decision very fast in an organization. Planning may cause a false opinion that all problems will be solved if the plans are implemented. So that's a false opinion. If your plan is correct, it is not always that it may fall on the correct place. So there has to be a flexibility in those plans. In practice, management must revise the plans continuously and check for its execution. So the point over is, it is not only important to make a foolproof plan, but it is always be checked on a continuous basis to check its effectiveness. That is what is very important for an organization. Another major limitations of planning is that there are various alternatives to combat certain problems. Every alternative has its own merits and limitations. Every alternative presents different results also, so it depends upon what kind of alternative you are using. In this way, diversity of alternatives causes many difficulties in the way of formulating planning. So there has to be alternatives and it has to be planned really well. That is one of the limitations of planning. The effectiveness of planning may be greatly influenced by the external forces, controllably, of which is not in the hands of the planner. So if plan A doesn't work, then you have to be ready with plan B. If it doesn't work, you need to be ready with plan C. It makes the entire organizational extremely rigid. So that is the disadvantage. If you stick to your plans, it makes the organization a little rigid. So your plans should be made in a way so that it is flexible enough and could not be controlled by government organizations, or natural calamities may cause hurdles in the implementation of the managerial plans. So that is how your plan has to be made foolproof. So these are certain limitations or disadvantages of planning. Planning will lead to a probable result and not an assured outcome. So you can only predict the result. You cannot assure that the result is going to be like that. So it's a prediction. You get a probable result. In the planning process, the quality of output depends upon the quality of input. Very important. So if you have to have a good output, your quality of input has to be correct. Then only it will give you the maximum output and output what you require. Tendency towards inflexibility or reluctance to change is another drawback of planning. So if you are not reluctant to change, or if you're not flexible, so that's a very major drawback. It encourages false sense of security against risk of uncertainties. So that is a false statement which planning does. Standing plans demand repetitive operations, but in the absence of such operations, plans lose their significance. So it is very important that it needs to be checked on a continuous basis. Hence, we have come down to the end of the chapter or the topic. These are few references which are used to make this video. Thank you very much for patiently listening. If you have missed upon the part first on the chapter called as planning, you can browse my YouTube channel. If you have liked this video, do click the subscribe button to watch more videos on my YouTube channel. Thank you very much. For your information, part 3 will be followed very soon. Thank you.